So, welcome back to the Unify onboarding series. If you've made it this far, it means that you've set up all the things needed to successfully launch a play. What that means, you've registered your domain, you've connected mailboxes, you've created your audience, you've created a sequence, you've added mailboxes, put them into warming, they're ready to be used. You've created any relatively useful smart snippets and added those to your sequences. You've created personas to prospect for, and now you're ready to launch a play. A play is the core operating unit of a Unify workflow. It allows you to actually connect audiences of companies and people that are showing intent to the sequences that will reach out to them at the right time with the right people with the right copy. And so, how do we go about and create the play? To do that, we're going to jump over into the left toolbar and find the plays page. We'll start by creating a new play. When you create a new play, you're immediately prompted with some of our most commonly used templates that you can use around Unify. Things like qualifying website visitors with an AI agent to determine whether they fit your ICP or persona, and then allowing you to sequence for them. Sequencing champions of yours, sequencing new hires of yours, or new hires that you've picked up on, and then prospecting and sequencing website visitors. And there's a handful more that you can explore here in our Play Templates menu, which is being updated every single week. Prospecting and sequencing G2 visitors, in addition to a bunch more. To start, I'm going to show you first what a complete play might look like, which you can see here. This play, the way a play works is you have what is called a trigger at the very top. This is the action item that determines whether or not a company or a person enters an audience, and thus they should run through a play. Then once someone enters an audience or matches a criteria, i.e. the trigger is fired, we then will run a number of things on this particular company or person. In this case, we're going to use AI agent to qualify them or disqualify them. Think about an AI agent as a personal researcher that you are going to send to the company that is being run through this component, their website, to see if you can qualify them or disqualify them. If they are qualified, they will continue down this path. You will prospect for new people. And for each person that is found, you will loop through those people, sequence them, and sync this source of contacting back to your CRM. Now that you've seen this, let's actually build this from scratch. To do that, go to New Play, create from scratch, and call it whatever you want. Garrett test. You can set permissioning here, as we've discussed before. And now we're going to select an event to start the play. This is a great area for us to actually select that audience that we selected. So we're going to find Garrett test. You can see that populates right here. Now, what's great about this is without having to jump back to the audiences section, you can actually see what the filters were in that audience that gave us these 12 companies. In that particular case, you can see that for each of these 12 people, you can see that we had a G2 filter, a page view filter, and that they hit a target account list. Now we can hit done. Now we know that we have an audience of 12 people that are flowing into this audience. The first thing we might want to do is use an AI agent to go through each particular unit or company in this case and qualify them or disqualify them. To do this, we might create an AI agent that's called B2B, or maybe we call it pricing page agent, just to be different. Oh, and you know what? We have some suggested templates up here, so I'm going to select one of those. You can see that we can actually call this the pricing template, pricing agent, and you can actually say visit the company's website to see if they have a page dedicated to pricing or any section of the website dedicated to listing their pricing page options. And the question and answer we're looking for is, does this company have a pricing page? The response type is true or false. And now you can actually go ahead and generate for some of the companies if they have a pricing page or not. For here, we're checking this company first called Bulbhead. This is a laser light show, and so we should likely turn no for this. You can see that the AI is going to run in real time, and it takes a few seconds, but it will actually stream in the answers to this particular prompt so that you can see exactly what the AI agent is doing to determine if this company has a pricing page. We can see that reflecting on the plan, we're determining if Bulbhead has a dedicated pricing page. It comes up with a plan, it reflects on the plan, and then it responds. Does this company have a pricing page? And the answer is false. So we can go ahead and create this agent. And now we can say, okay, if the agent, what makes a qualification true? If the company has a pricing page, then it is true. That is the qualification requirement. And so that means that we will continue down this path. In order to do that, we are now going to add a prospect node. This is where you type in your actual personas that you want to prospect for that we set up earlier. You can select the max number of people that you want to find. Here we're going to select 3. And then we can choose whether you want to prioritize finding people that are in your CRM or finding net new people that Unify has not found before. In this case, we might want to prioritize people that are in our CRM, and then if we have not found the total number asked for, then we will go prospect for net new people. We can add the personas that we want to add. Here, let's maybe do our RevOps persona and our demand gen persona. Maybe we also add something like Eng team leader. And then we have phone number enrichments if you want to add that. You can also add keywords in here. If you want to get super specific, we suggest using this feature and functionality. If you don't and you just want to cater to any titles that are included in this inclusion/exclusion criteria here, then there's no need to use this. In this case, given this is G2 page views, target account list views, and company page views, maybe we'll maybe we'll have something like product marketing or brand marketing in here. Finally, we want to select the locations that we're okay to sequence. We'll start with some countries that the predominant language is English, the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. This will make sure that we don't look for people in geographies where they might not be a good fit for us. So now that we've prospected for these people, we actually want to sequence them. Typically, we would add a loop node, and that would allow us to loop through each person that is found and then take action on them. There are some cases where you may want to actually Slack alert yourself, where every time someone runs through this play, you want to send a Slack alert. We don't recommend doing that for large audiences because this will happen multiple times. You also can use things like get the company of a person to go back to the company level instead of the person level. You can also get people at a company. And there's plenty of other nodes and components that we will be adding as time goes on. So next, we're going to add a loop to iterate through each person that we find in the prospect node. And now we're going to add a sequence node within that loop. We will you can select routings here, but this is actually super fast. It says it looks like you're prospecting for 3 personas. Click to automatically include them. Here you can see that we automatically create some routing rules for the personas that we've prospected for. And now you can select mailboxes on an individual basis or a mailbox grouping basis, which we've spoken about before. So we're going to select 3 groups. We can select 3 different groups for this one and 3 different groups for this one. This means that these mailboxes that are a part of these groups will be evenly round robin so that we spread distribution of these email sends across those mailboxes. And now what's really cool is we can route all the personas together by doing something like this. So whatever sequence we choose, let's say RevOps normal, that this is actually what will be routed for all of them. But if we want to have sequences that are different depending on the routing here, maybe we have one sequence for founders, one sequence for RevOps, you can actually create copy relevant, specific to that set of personas or qualification, disqualification. And so that is really important to acknowledge here, and there's an everyone else node. Now, this is what the play looks like. You can kind of play around, look at it, and then the really cool part is once you go ahead and publish this play, which we can do right now, we'll actually begin to see the play begin to run. Now, what's awesome is in the actual log part of the product, we can see what the outcome was for each run of the play. As you can see, if we click on a company like Yotpo, we can see that a record entered the audience. We can follow the path of this play all the way from top to bottom and see what happened at each area. We can see here that the input was Yotpo, the output from our agent log, we can see the exact thing that happens. We can see that there was a pricing page, and thus it was considered true. In terms of the prospecting node, we can see the people that were found. There were, zero people found. These people already existed in CRM, and thus we are going to send some of these people into the loop to sequence them. And now if you click on each person, you can see the sequences that they are already in, or why they were or were not sequenced. As you can see, this person was enrolled in another sequence. This person, we will need to cycle through to here. This person is is now enrolled in this sequence. And so when you click on this individual, you will see that they are now here. When you click through one more time, you can see as well that this person as well is enrolled in this sequence here. Now, when you go through and look at other runs, you can see for other companies the exact same thing that happened and when people were qualified or disqualified, which is pretty cool. And again, you can see what happened for each run. In this case, you can see that this person was queued into this sequence, this person was queued into this sequence, and this person was queued into this sequence. So pretty incredible, and allows you to visualize very clearly what happened for every run of your play. This is how to create a play in Unify. And now the broader strategy that you should begin to explore is, now that we've created one play, how do we duplicate this play, the concept of an audience, a persona, and a sequence, and allow us to think of other things that matter to us to generate pipeline for our teams? And how do we automate outbound for those individuals on autopilot? Of course, our customer success team is here to help you achieve those goals. And we hope that by using the Unify platform, you will be able to automate your outbound on autopilot and revolutionize the way that you interface with companies in your target market and our target buyers of yours. Good luck, and hope to see success from you using the Unify platform very soon. Take care.